Hello, one and all, and welcome to another episode of MMA Vision Analysis. This one, I'm here to talk about UFC 300's featherweight bout between Aljamain Sterling and Calvin Kattar. The latter ranked number 8 in the featherweight division. Aljamain Sterling, first fight in the featherweight division as far as I know. But before getting started, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click that notification to get all of this that is new from this channel, your channel, the one and only MMA Vision Analysis. Aljamain Sterling moves up in weight to face a tough contender in the featherweight division in the form of Calvin Kattar, ranked number 8, if I'm not mistaken. Calvin Kattar has had a shaky year and a half. Let's just say if we were to measure the last year and a half for Calvin Kattar has not been the best. I believe he's coming off of 2 losses prior to the Aljamain Sterling fight. So that's going to make things very interesting. But nonetheless, he's a much bigger guy than what Aljamain's used to in the bantamweight division. I believe Aljamain has the power to contend with the guys over at the featherweight division. Will this be a smart decision for Aljamain? Perhaps this is going to save him the headache of cutting the weight, and that's probably going to pay dividends in the fight against Kattar. He doesn't have to drop that much weight, and Aljamain is a pretty big guy. I mean, he's not in terms of height necessarily, but torso-wise, he has a pretty good-sized torso, and he carries a bit of weight. I mean, I think the guy has to walk around in it, perhaps at least maybe 165, 170, maybe a little more, a little less, something around that. But nonetheless, he's not a big guy, and I think fighting in the featherweight division, he doesn't have to lose as much weight, which is draining in order for him to make weight, same as he did with the bantamweight division. Will this be a good move for Aljamain? Only time will tell. It's very difficult to predict. But if the weight cut thing pays dividends for Aljamain, and his power translates directly to the featherweight division, then that would perhaps give him a good run in that featherweight division. Calvin Kattar coming off of 2 losses. Nonetheless, he's one of the, ranked number 8 in that division. So he's top 10 in the world. And it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be a tough fight for Aljamain Sterling. But, it's just going to be a very, very interesting fight. What happens in this fight? I think Kattar is perhaps the closer fighter. At least logic says so, because we have a guy being introduced newly to the featherweight division. I don't think, not that I recall, that Aljamain fought in the featherweight division. I know he's obviously the former bantamweight champion. Fought in the bantamweight division at least for a couple years at this point. Aljamain has, and now he moves up in weight. Will this be a healthy move up in weight to where it helps Aljamain not deal with the stress of dropping the weight to make it to bantamweight? Or is Calvin Kattar going to prove himself as being the number 8 ranked in that division and show the newcomer what it's like being in the featherweight division, meaning teaching Aljamain a lesson? That's very difficult to say. Aljamain is a top class fighter, and not much difference in terms of weight classes, at least. Naturally, Kattar is a couple inches taller, nothing dramatic. But Aljamain is a lanky fighter, and like I said earlier, has a huge torso, and he has pretty good reach. So, physically, I think he's going to match up well with Kattar. Perhaps Kattar is going to obviously a couple inches, and he's going to be a bit bigger, but not dramatically bigger than Aljamain, I think Aljamain is going to come kind of comfortable to this one, not having to lose so much weight. And Kattar perhaps has the difficult task of stopping the newcomer, which I think the pressure is going to be more on Kattar than it is on Aljamain. If you made it this far, I appreciate you for sticking around. Please let me know what you think in the comments and like, subscribe for more.